How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Church of R&K. I'm Rosemary, Nonny, and today we're talking about changing the world. Incidentally, we're always talking about changing the world. In a small way or a big way, it don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. There is a way that you specifically are on this planet. There's something you're here on this planet to do. There's something you're here to do, and it is through that thing that you will actually change the world. Now, I was just kind of talking. Anyway, you know what? Before I start talking properly, I'm going to go and share this around the place, and then I'll be back. Let's see. Which one am I supposed to press before I switch it off by mistake? Okay, let's carry on. In fact, before we carry on, I'm going to just do this affirmation for today. Tell me where you're streaming in from whilst you're here. So, let's see, let's remember it. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. Hello, Chibanda from Kenya, lovely to have you here. So our affirmation for today is, I'm only one, but I am one. I am one. I can change the world, okay? Because sometimes we kind of get into this whole crazy thinking where we think that we are unable to actually enact any kind of change at all, even though there's a part of us that absolutely wants to believe deep down inside of us that we are born for more than just kind of, you know, making it through life, paying some bills and dying. Ultimately, we want to be more. And you know what? There's a world that needs us to wake up and be that more. One of the things that I'm always accused of is that I'm kind of a bit of a dreamer. I'm a bit idealistic. I kind of have these big ideas inside of me of how powerful people really are and how they just need to kind of step up, wake up, and start living out the life that they're actually here to live. And a lot of people would accuse me of, you're on holiday, watching me from Germany. Cool, man. Excellent, Chivanda. Excellent. Lovely to have you here. And lots of people would say that maybe I dream. I'm a dreamer, okay? And you know what? I'm happy to be a dreamer. I was actually thinking I think about this quite a lot, where it's like, you know what? I'd rather dream and then die, you know, dreaming, than kind of give up and think that this is it, you know, that people can't live a bigger, more expansive life. And you know what? I'm always very much as well about the fact that, you know, it's not just about, yes, I want us to be outward looking, thinking about how the thing that we are specifically here to do can actually impact our nations, our communities, all of that stuff. Absolutely. But it starts first and foremost with each individual one of us, okay? So for me, Project 334K is really about 334,000 people worldwide, wherever you are on the planet, creating wealth, becoming rich, because I do think there is more than enough for every single person on the planet. I don't care where you are. I had an email, and that's kind of what got me thinking about this. But before I talk about that email, let's just affirm this again. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. So that is it. That is our affirmation for today. And I really want you guys to take this on board. You may only be one person, okay? And yeah, you may even be that person that everybody thinks is a little bit of a dreamer, that you have all these grand ideas of things that you want to do. Join my club, okay? Join my club, because you and me, we're the same. In fact, join the club, literally. RosemaryNonny.com/DM fast track. Come and join the Deliberate Millionaire. Because frankly, if you're only surrounded by people who think you're a dreamer, you too will start to think that you're a dreamer. You will start to think that there's something wrong with you and you need to just kind of calm down. And you don't want to calm down, because honey, there is a world waiting for you, the leader, to wake up and start doing the work that you're here to do. It's like today, I received, or no, actually it was yesterday, I received an email. Actually, I'm just going to share this with one other place here. But I received an email from somebody in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria is where I come from. At least that's where it feels like anyway. My passport says I'm English, but I feel like I come from Nigeria because I spent a heck of a lot of time there. So it was a young 20-something person in Nigeria sent me through an email saying, you know what, he's finished his uni. He's now kind of looking for a job, but all the jobs are far away from home. His dad lost his job. They have no money. They're trying to live off their mother's, off of his mother's stuff, and it's a little bit of a struggle. And there's a lot of stories like that out there, okay? I've helped a lot of people from different parts of the world, okay? I used to work with people in Uganda and in Zimbabwe as well. And it's the story is always a little bit different from people that live in the US or the UK, because things are not always as straightforward. It doesn't mean that, because a lot of people actually in Nigeria or whatever live better than people in the US and UK. Some people. And then there are some people who don't. And life is like, this person is saying to me, I just have this broken phone, and that's how I'm communicating with people online. And it's like, okay, so this is a real person with real, what he considers to be issues right now. He feels he feels stuck. He feels trapped in a situation that he doesn't feel he has that much control over. And this is another thing for a lot of people, is that sometimes you get to that place where you feel broke, you feel you don't have time, you feel you have lots of responsibilities, you feel all kinds of stuff. So when I'm talking about the fact that you are one, you start to feel like, yeah, frankly, I'm just one person. There's all this stuff I dream about, but I don't actually know how I'm going to make it happen. Okay, but I'm saying to you, you may only be one. But you are one. You are one person who could actually decide that you're not going to allow your circumstances to defeat you. You're not going to allow your circumstances to be the thing that stops you from moving forward, okay? So this person sent me through this email, and you know what? For me, it's like, this is a real person with a real email, real life, okay, not real email, real life with real issues, trying to figure out how he can get forward in life, okay? He's using my stuff on his page and all this, and I'm like, you need to kind of make sure you put my name on it. Okay, but it's like, okay, so what can this person do? So because you might be listening to me from a different country thinking, yeah, but I feel trapped as well. I don't have that much money. I'm not in the UK where I could do this, and I'm not in the US and I can't do the other, and blah blah blah. And people always have this look into everywhere else. Everybody else's grass is always greener. And it doesn't matter where you are. Can I get that through to all of y'all listening to me or listening to the replay or whatever, that the grass is always greener. Wherever you are on the planet, whoever you are, the grass can always look greener anywhere else except where you are. And it's not the truth, okay? It's not the truth. Everybody starts with a fair share of difficulty. Now, yes, there are parts of the world where that difficulty can seem insurmountable, because that is the way. It's almost like you live in a culture where everybody you look. It's like when I was brought up in Nigeria, you almost looked up to people in the US or the UK. That, oh, they have it all. They have all this stuff. They don't understand. But you just kind of expected that they would just kind of, I don't know, they were just everybody. As long as you were somehow in the UK or whatever, then you must be rich or something. Now, I don't think everybody still does that. At least I don't know. But there is that feeling that, oh, you guys don't understand the hardship that we are facing. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but having lived in both of these places right now, it's not the truth, because there are people in that same situation who are choosing to find a way forward. They're reaching out for support. It's like this person that sent me an email, he's reaching out for support. He's trying to figure out his way forward, and you get the opportunity to do that, or you get the opportunity to keep saying, oh, well, you know, I'm broke, or I'm this, or I'm the other. And this applies wherever you are on the planet, whether you're in the UK, the US, or the Australia, or Canada, or whatever, or you are in an emerging country or whatever. It applies, because as I said earlier, the grass always looks greener in somebody else's yard. Okay? But the truth of the matter is that you are one person who can actually start to change things for your family, for your community. But then it's like, this person is talking to me about community, because that's the other thing about, sometimes people are trying to help everybody else before they've helped themselves. That is not wise either. That is not wise either. This guy is trying to support his parents and this and that when he hasn't even, you know, managed to get himself off the ground. And it's like, sometimes we get into our minds that we're supposed to be. It's like people that have a problem with money, okay? If you have a problem with money, you will think that anything you get needs to go out to somebody else immediately. So you're always in lack, no matter how much you're earning. And that was me, okay? No matter how much you start to earn, you will always be in lack, because there's a part of you that tries to get rid of the money as soon as it comes anywhere close to you, basically. But you don't see it that way. You're telling yourself that, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help my family. I'm supposed to help my this and that. I'm supposed to. And you will probably even have, especially if you come from, it's like my parents were first generation generation immigrants, okay? So yes, they had people at home asking them to send money over, okay? And so they felt we were privileged, so we need to send money over. And yeah, if you get to that place where there is enough money coming that you can now spend the babies of the babies, then fine. And when I say spend the babies of the babies, I mean you cannot be in business, especially if you're an entrepreneurial person, you cannot be in business, make a little bit of profit off something you just sold, and then use that, instead of reinvesting that money, you immediately start sending it off to this person, that person, that other. You'll never get away from gear one. You'll never get away from gear one, okay? We need to be people that kind of, you know, when I'm talking about this affirmation of, I am one person, but we have to be wise about making sure that our ability as this one person goes as far as possible, okay? You can no longer keep thinking the way everybody around you is thinking, because the reason why most of the people around you are living the way they are living, and why from generation to generation nothing seems to have changed. Again, I don't care where you are on the planet, this happens in generational lines. They're in the same exact place. It's almost like they're always almost doing well, but kind of struggling. It's like, because we need to start putting new ideas into our brains and actually start thinking, well, the way my parents did it or the way everybody around me is doing it cannot be right, because it's not working. And if we are going to change the world, if you have these big ideas, it's like this wonderful 20-something-year-old is saying about how he wants to support his family, and it is great, but he's not in the position to do so right now. But the truth of the matter, lots of people are not in the position to do so right now, but they do so. And so they end up being in struggle forever, because they never seem to think to themselves, no, I need to do things a little bit differently. I need to keep this money back. Even if people think I'm selfish, even if people think I'm being crazy, then no, I need to keep this money back in order to reinvest, so that we start, because then you are more used to people. Then you can be more used and you can actually start to make a difference on the planet. But if all you have is just enough to get by, then yeah, you are just one then. Whereas you have within you skills and abilities that you could actually convert into oncoming, recurring income. That's the word. Recurring income. You have things inside of you that you could convert into recurring income. But if you don't get over the first hurdle, one, you're telling yourself you're too broke to even make a start, or you're telling yourself you live in some country somewhere where you can't do this and that to the other, or you're not reaching out for support because you're supposed to know the answer to everything, or whatever your reason is for being stuck, then we don't get to change the world. But honey, we can though. That's the thing, I almost feel as if I have conflicting messages here, where on the one hand, I'm trying to give you guys advice on what to do to get yourself kind of lifted wherever you are on the planet, which is, yeah, you know what, and that's what I sent an email to this dude saying, you know what, Kai? Yes, I get you don't have a great phone. I get that the jobs are far, far away. Well, one, why don't you move house? Okay, which I know someone might say that's easy for me to say, that you should just move house. But the truth of the matter is, if he is complaining that he's far away from where the jobs are going to be, what are you going to do? What, keep complaining that you're far away from the jobs are going to be, or you're going to take yourself and move somewhere? That's something else that people don't do sometimes. It's like, the obvious solution would be that you move closer to where the action is, okay? You want your circumstances to change. Right now, you're stuck in a situation where everywhere around you is depressed and everybody's depressed and nobody thinks there's any way forward. You need to get yourself out of that situation, because that is not conducive to being a dreamer or to being someone who dreams and actually takes action to get results, okay? So get yourself out of that situation. You don't have a phone, okay? But this guy studied computer science at uni. Is there a service you can now go and provide to other business owners who will then and say to them, hey, you know what, I'm just getting started with you. You give me the equipment, I just need a phone from you, and I will build you an audience to get more people coming into your store. You don't even have to pay me anything for the first month. See me, see what I do, see how, and then you learn like a crazy mofo. You pick up everything you can pick up about how to use social media and all of that stuff to get people into this person's retail establishment or whatever it is. And you apply to a few different people. So it's like, okay, either you move house and go where the action is and go find yourself a job somewhere else, or you find the businesses around you who are looking for more customers to come into their business. You ask them to, one, give you a phone, and then you start to use social media. What you've learned from your computer science degree or whatever, although frankly, I wonder how useful these degrees are sometimes, I have to say. But But hopefully there was something he learned there that he has more than everybody else around him. So he can actually, because I had to look at his Facebook profile and I see that he's starting to communicate with people and build a bit of an audience. So that is a starting place. And that is something anybody can do instead of just saying, oh, well, I'm too broke, I can't begin. Or I don't have time, so I can't begin. And this applies wherever you are on the planet, because it's easy to kind of get stuck in your mind that there is just no way forward. But it's not the truth. You may only be one person, but honey, by you changing your circumstances, you start to change the circumstances of everybody around you. But you have to be wise about this. I'm only one. But I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, and I am one, and I can change the world. So yes, I am only one, but you are one person, and you can start to change things. And it is these little things that you do that instead of giving into any kind of helplessness, I can't do anything about it, I'm just stuck, no, there is always a way. Again, as I was saying at the beginning, sometimes I think a lot of people, they say, people are just trying to think about how they can send out help to people in various emerging countries or whatever. And it's like, that isn't permanent. That isn't permanent. What is permanent to not just people in emerging countries, even people in this country where you feel a little bit stuck in your circumstances, it's like, if I just offer you help without you learning what needs to be learned to grow that audience of yours, to start showing people what you can or what you have to offer them, to actually start to learn how to take what you have inside of you and put it out there in the world in a useful way for other people to benefit from. Because honey, that's the only way everybody gets rich. Everybody can be rich because there is an abundance of wisdom and knowledge inside of each human being on this planet. I always think to myself that if every single human being just woke up fully to their potential, there would be no hunger. There would be no disease, for goodness sake. Because there are great ideas inside of everyone. And sometimes I think when people are just kind of staring up and hoping that some government is going to come and save the day, or some rich person is going to come and save the day, it's like you're trying to relinquish all responsibility for your own part in this. Because we are all powerful people. All of us. I don't care where you live. I don't care what has happened before. I don't care about any of that stuff. You are a powerful person. But if you keep living as though I'm only one person, there's so much wrong with the world, I don't think I can make any difference whatsoever. That is rubbish, because then there's God knows how many other people saying exactly the same thing as you, and that is why the world is going to hell, basically. You may only be one, but there is something that you are best placed to do. It's like I put this deliberate fast track club together to provide tools and also to give people access to my dreaming brain, basically, because sometimes I know that I can see ideas that other people, sometimes because you're so caught up in your crazy situation, whatever it is, and I don't diminish it, but I know what it's like to be in your situation and you can't see that there is a way of escape. There is a way out. You need that support. I've made it $9.77 a month at the moment, because of that reason. Because I don't care where you are on the planet, I want you to have the ability to access tools, okay? Because I put training programs together in this place to help people actually start taking those ideas from inside of them and actually put it out there in the marketplace. So they start to change their own life first, and then they start to change their families, and then their communities. You do have to learn to say no until you are strong though, guys. Okay? But it's like, so first and foremost, get your stuff in gear. Stop dampening or downplaying your strengths and your giftings. You may only be one person. But it takes one person, then 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 7.4 billion people all saying, I am only one person, but I can do my part to actually change things. Instead of all of this group of people looking up to one person, maybe one president somewhere, and saying, oh, he's supposed to do this and she's supposed to do the other, and then what of you? You may only be one, but you can make a change. You don't know what impact you doing the thing that you keep dreaming about doing will have on the people around you. Just because you woke up and started to actually put those dreams and ideas into action, everything can start to change. For you first, okay? Because yeah, honey, you deserve an amazing, rich life. And some of you will feel some resistance around that. There's a part of you that thinks, no, I'm not supposed to be rich. Be rich. Own the word rich. Okay, and I mean money as well as everything else. Okay, but money, don't be uncomfortable around it. How else are you going to, send people wherever it is you think they need to go? You see all these problems, honey, whether we like it or not. Money helps. Why would you hold yourself back from getting as much of it as possible? Honeys, you may only be one person, but you only need to be one person in order to do the work that you are here to do. That could literally change who knows how many other people's lives. You don't know what a legacy you could leave behind. So yes, okay, call me a dreamer. Call me idealistic. I don't care. I will speak until you all wake up. Because there is opportunity. There is the ability inside of you that is so hidden under feelings of uncertainty, self-doubt. Oh, I don't know. Forget that stuff. Whenever you ever feel stuck, recognize that you're believing that you're in some way limited when you are not. Let's affirm this again. I'm only one. But I am one and I can change the world. That's your affirmation for today. I'm only one, but I am one and I can change the world. And again, I'm only one, but I am one and I can change the world. And again, I'm only one, but I am one and I can change the world. Stop seeing yourself as some little itty bitty, can't change anything, I'll just need to just about get by. Stop looking at yourself that way. And a lot of you have seen success, but you're still, it's almost like, this is my definition of selfish, okay? It is where you are capable of incredibly more and you choose not to go after it all for whatever reason it is that you're giving yourself. And it may even sound like a great reason. It may sound like God said this or God didn't say the other, and I don't want to be greedy and all of that nonsense. That is nonsense. And to me, that is selfish. That is selfish. That you only have enough for just you. That is selfish, basically. And it is also selfish if you don't even have enough for you and you're giving away to everybody elsewhere. That is crazy. Because you're not giving yourself the opportunity to expand. You're always allowing yourself to always be permanently feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't. Of course you can't. Anyways, I talked about this earlier in the program, so you're going to have to listen to it if you haven't. But this is it, guys. You may only be one. Let's get wise, okay? Wise about when it's time to start supporting other people, but wise to know that we have incredible strength within. I don't care who you are. I don't even care whether you're sick right now or not sick right now. I don't care how many children you have or don't have. I don't care what age you are or are not. I don't care. If you know that you have these ideas inside of you, if you know you get angry with the way certain things in the world are, then I can tell you right now that that is the very thing that you are supposed to be providing a solution for. Okay, but you are not, because you're telling yourself, it's only me. It's just little old me. Well, guess what? It's a whole lot of little old me's together that actually change the world. So you may only be one, but it isn't until you wake up and start to really fully play full out to the full extent of that one person you are, that you will start to see the change that you've been dreaming about forever. This is not a case of let's just keep kneeling down and praying forever and ever and ever. Yet there is room for prayer. There is room for affirmation. But honey, partner it with a heck of a lot of action. a heck of a lot of action. Stop listening to the crazy little voice inside of you telling you, oh yeah, but your dreams are too big and they're just kind of crazy. Or maybe it was even a parent at some point or a friend or somebody told you you are a dreamer and yeah, come on, let's just have our cake and forget about trying to eat it as well. Why not? Why not go for everything when you are capable of so much more than you've allowed yourself to have to date? It is time. It is time. It is time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live, because you want it badly anyway. So why settle for so much less? Come on now. If you are in the UK, you need to join me for the business boot camps that are happening at the beginning. They're starting at the end of this month. Leeds, Manchester, Wolverhampton, then London, Bristol, Nottingham, and then Edinburgh. I think those are I think I'm missing one. What am I missing? I can't remember. Birmingham. These places I'm coming to in the flesh. Let me help you. 3 hours starting at 6 p.m. in these different places that I've just mentioned. Let me support you in getting your business off the ground, okay? Or even if you are already in business and it's not quite working the way you want it to, and you're buying this and you're doing this and you're come, let us actually put a plan together for you to take your business up to the next level. Just 3 hours together, things will change for you. It is rosemarynonnynight.com/DMBiz bootcamp. Honeys, even if you're anywhere near the UK, find your way over, frankly, on one of these evenings. Make yourself available and come and join in DM Biz Bootcamp. So it's rosemarynonnynight.com/DM Biz Bootcamp. We're going to meet in the flesh in a hotel somewhere in any of these areas: Leeds, Bristol, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Manchester, London, Nottingham, and Edinburgh. Go and get your ticket. Go and get your seat on one of these days. The link is right there in the comments. Come and join me. Let's hash this thing out. As much as I never want to, I never want, the idea of any of these things that I do is never about guilt or shame. Hopefully, if you've been in my world for any length of time, you know that. So it's never about, you better do it because the world is going to hell because you didn't do it. No. It's because I know that actually you want more. You want more. If you're anything like me, you're not content just to get by. You're not content just to kind of live a life and then die and it be done. No, you know you're here for more. So it isn't even a case of guilt or anything. It's because you want it. So why would you not go for all of it? You may only be one, but you are one. And you can change the world. Okay? It's time to fight for, again, and deliberately design the life you're born to live, because you absolutely want to. Go over right now and grab your spot. It's rosemarynonnynight.com/DM Biz Bootcamp. Let us hash out how you're going to be getting all those clients you want online, how to boost all your sales, how to actually start having money coming into your bank account every freaking day from something you've put in place that just keeps working for you over and over and over again. Come to one of these wonderful boot camps. I cannot wait to meet you in the flesh. Until the next time, much love. I'm going to sing the affirmation one last time to leave it singing in your brain. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. I'm only one, but I am one, and I can change the world. Okay? You're only one, but you are one, and you can change the world. Until the next time, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure being with you. Much love.